My name is Chuka Nnabuife. I am a Knight of St. John, a Fellow of the Society of Nigerian Artists, and I'm an art critic. I'm a journalist. I'm an author of 3 books, and I'm a poet. I'm a dramatist too. You can call me a polyglot, but it so happens that that is what I do. I have produced and acted in 18 films, but my main job is journalism. I'm the managing director and chief executive officer of Anambra Newspapers and Printing Corporation, publishers of Nigeria's longest thriving state-owned newspaper, National Light, and publishers of the only Igbo newspaper anywhere in the world currently, Kaodeta. And we also publish Sports Light Extra. What we do here is basically publishing newspaper. And we are the ones behind Catalysis TV on YouTube. National Light itself also has a TV broadcast channel where we also stream our publications and things that relate to the news that we cover. We also introduce the National Light Art House, an opportunity for creative young minds to express themselves and make a living out of it through the stable of National Light. We have introduced an event center, the National Light Event Center. We have also introduced the ANPC Garden, not only as a relaxation center, it's a facility where the workers use, and we also have people come to hire and use for events. We are also introducing the first media museum, that is the Museum of Obsolescence. What we have been trying is to reach our audiences in the appropriate area that they are. That is why 2 years ago, we set up Kaodeta. Kaodeta is a newspaper that is responding to the notion that, which is wrong notion. The United Nations had a discourse, and the experts, would I use the word erroneously, tagged Igbo language among the 50 global languages that will run extinct because of low usage. And you cannot be running a media house in Igbo land without thinking of that. So that is exactly why we responded. And we also found that some of our children, even adults, don't use the language again in writing. They don't even know how to communicate in the language. That is why we came up with this newspaper, Kaodeta. And to tell you the truth, within the last 2 years of the existence of this newspaper, we have won a myriad of awards. Another publication we started a year ago, that is Spotlight Extra. We started this one in 2018. I met National Light publishing 20 pages, occasionally 24 pages. It was a little bit mad with the feeling that we are running a newspaper that, whether it comes out or not, once we circulate in government offices, that's all. And it was a strict utensil, civil service operated, maintained, and ideologically guided publication. And it was not frequent on the vendor stand, so that was where I met it. But being a young man who had the opportunity to come into this job at a relatively a young age, and I have not worked in my homeland, Anambra State, all through my life in the media. I'd put up about 26 years of my professional life in Lagos, and I worked in the biggest newspapers in the country. I worked in Guardian for 10 years. I was an editor and later the overall editor, general editor in Nigerian Compass newspaper. I had been a COO of a newspaper and magazine, and people have hired me to set up publications for them. So the opportunity I had to come and serve my motherland, Anambra, as at the time I had it, was like a call. And I didn't want to make a mess of it. I put in everything I had. I committed everything. It was a very raw drive. But I share this magazine that hard work does not kill. What kills is lack of work. And when I got in, I saw this opportunity to express, to show the world what I can do, and to show my motherland that this is what I can offer. It was a tough and challenging tough, but to God be the glory, the story is coming out good. When I came, I didn't meet top-notch personnel, but I didn't meet people who cannot offer it. What I noticed was that they needed some training and retraining. So I established a mandatory editorial review and orientation exercise. Now, occasionally we do trainings and workshops for our workers. God made it that I had gone up the radar. So some of my colleagues who come around the East, even if it is Enugu, I will call them, please come over and just say hello to my staff. And I have noticed that it's bearing some radical results in the transformation of the newspaper. Our goal is a transformation of national light, and we are heading there. One of our reporters, a young reporter for that matter, who actually started here as an undergraduate in UNIZIC, won the best young writer in the National Award for Young Achievers only on 30th of August in Abuja. That is an encouragement. About 7 of our reporters and columnists entered for the Nigeria Media Merit Award that just ended last Sunday. I am expecting a positive result from that. Anambra is a #1 state. Anambra remains #1 because it gives its workforce the opportunity to compete with the world. And so whenever I see an opportunity for my workers and I to excel and show that #1 status of Anambra, I don't relent on it. And that has helped us immensely. The biggest support you give for any man who has ideas or for any set of people who have zeal is freedom. The biggest support you give to any person who has a dream is an opportunity to express his dream. The biggest support His Excellency has given us is in this threefold: freedom, continued support. The much we have, we may not have had the facilities, we may not have had the state-of-the-art structures, but the biggest support He has given us is to tell us that He is with us. There is something that is landmark in what He had done, and I feel He did it because He's a special human being. For 26 years, since this organization had come, nobody was paid any pension. Even the gratuities were not paid. In June 2017, His Excellency Governor Willie Madabro undertook and in one swoop paid all the workers that have retired here, 160 something of them, including those that retired from Anambra State Broadcasting Service, ABS. Paid them their pensions and they are now happy. The fact that those people who left are happy motivates those who are within to know that their future is guaranteed. So that is the biggest support. I am looking forward to facilities. I'm looking forward to equipment. But what we have already has, to me, been the best motivation because it makes us drive to do it ourselves. And nobody who will walk off with this kind of Anambra newspapers and printing corporation that it is now, that will not come out and beat his chest that he had the best support in life. If we continue in this trajectory, I beat my chest to tell the world Anambra Newspapers and Printing Corporation will be a reference point for 3 things in at least Nigeria. 1, in the miraculous, radical transformation of a moribund newspaper, it will be a case study. The second thing, if we continue this way, any reporter that walked through this newsroom in National Light will walk tall in any newsroom he finds himself because we are giving them the best orientation. 3, if it continues to be this way, in the next 5 years, in fact, as at the time the current governor, His Excellency Governor Willie Madabro will leave, this will be the best reference point of transformation that his administration has implanted.